Good morning, Beth Hetherington here. Take those off. Om Shanti, Namaste. Thanks for joining me on my One Posture Wednesday. So you can get all of these on my website. That's www.nutri, spelled N-U-T-R-I, the number 5, and plus plus.co.uk. Then you just need to scroll down on that first page of my website and it'll take you to the White Writing services and classes. Click on that and this takes you to my online yoga classes, my current schedule. And on Wednesday there's a little hyperlink in brackets, click here, and that takes you straight to my YouTube channel where all of these yoga videos are, and the One Posture Wednesdays are under the title videos. So there's a couple of other bits and bobs on there as well. So thanks again for joining me. So today I'd like to offer Malasana. So Sanskrit for squat. There are various yogi squats. So for one example, it can be done with the feet wide. It can be done with the feet together. That would be from an Iyengar point of view. It can be done with a straight spine, with a rounded spine, with various handhold spines. And yeah, it's quite a variable posture actually. It's got lots of variation to it, I should say. So let's get to it. So I'd like you to come onto your feet, and I'm going to start turning onto the side so you can see. So for some people, this is quite an unusual position, and you would find perhaps that the heels automatically want to be lifted and they don't want to come down to the ground. And this could be to do with tight hamstrings, shortening everything in the back of you. It might be to do with limited space in the ankles and the back of the heels. So, you know, any reasons, short calves. And we work with what we've got. This is really important to remember. So you can see I'm doing a little kind of side to side jiggle. I'm just starting to get into this space. So this space, this posture, Malasana, also referred to as Garland posture. You can see I'm doing more little rock and rolls and what have you, just to get a little bit more opening into the inguinal or inguinal area, which is the groin area. Yeah, so I'm just actually going to grab a rolled up blanket. If you don't have a rolled up blanket, you can use a towel. You could also use a book or a block, a yoga block or a yoga brick, which would be one of these. And if your heels are quite high, they don't want to go down, then putting something underneath your heels and then setting back on it is great to support the inner arches of the feet and supports the heels as you prepare to access this posture. And it's really important that we're using still the 4 corners of the feet. So when I refer to that, I mean the ball of the foot, the outside blade, and the inside outside heels, and the toes are a light touch on the earth, nice and spread. And there's an awareness of Padabandha. This is drawing up from the inner arch of the foot through the inside ankle, knee, and inside groin area. So again, that inguinal or inguinal region starts to open. And so I'm going to give you a couple of options. So, you know, if it doesn't feel right to not have something underneath your bottom, put something there. You might want to put a few things there, so you've actually got more of a seat. You know, if this is quite a strong opening for you in the hip region, it's a hip opener, then make it available to you so that you feel that you can come and sit and acknowledge the posture. You know, we're not working with pain, we're working breath-led. So it's really important to invite that. So, you know, that's one option. Second option, you might use a book underneath your feet and perhaps a different shaped book or another one underneath your seat. And again, you've got the support and you've also got that little stool, if you like. So you can start to work into sending the tailbone down, reaching up out the top of the head. You can have the chin parallel towards the ground, and you can see I've drawn the palms together. And I'm just going to show you this from the side. So what you could do to make it very yang, very active, quite dynamic, is using the outside of the elbow on the inside of the knee as you connect Anjali Mudra, addressing the gesture there with the palms, fingers and thumb pads to press, acknowledging what side, what hand is pressing more than the other is always interesting. And then drawing out with the outside arm to the inside knee, and this starts to draw focus, and this helps to strengthen the ankles and around the heels, relaxing the 10 toes, pressing into the 4 corners of the feet, really working the legs, that groin area. We're starting to connect with the abdominals and the back body too. And I'm starting to feel relaxing the shoulders, a relax of the shoulders, I should say, down the back, and a broadening of the collarbones as we start to offer that straight spine. I'm going to show you that from the side. So we're offering that. Let's just move those props out of the way for a moment. Remember, it's always good to use them if it feels the body wants that assistance on whatever given day you've chosen to practice. Tail down, crown up. So we're offering the thumb knuckles to the breastbone, breastbone to thumb knuckles. Chin is parallel to the earth. You might tuck it back and up to apply Jalandhara Bandha at the throat. So a little lift and lock. And you can make this, that's very yang, you could make it more of a yin posture. So again, it would be a similar asana, a similar posture shape. Or you might invite it to become a little bit more rounded. So this would be that yin approach. Relax the shoulders, drop the chin to the chest. And slowly letting that gravity take you forwards and down. So now we've got that rounded back body and a softening of the belly. Release the head. So the neck extensors and flexors are getting a rest. So just to confirm, this would be that very yang approach with a long spine, tail down, crown up, working into the inner knee with the outer elbow to make it more of a hip opener. And this would be the very yin approach. We would be rounding. And you might like to make it even more restorative and put something there for you to draw your head towards. So you might start to bring in a couple of props. You might want to bring in something for your arms. So when we're restorative, working in a more restorative way, we're supporting the joints. You might also like to put something underneath your seat, so you've got that. So it just needs to go up a fraction more on that for those arms. So and that's quite nice actually as a restorative option. And then from an Iyengar point of view, you would start to invite the feet in. So we would start to bring the feet in. And we start to take, as I mentioned earlier, about inviting the hands to come to clasp at the back of the heels and ankles. Try, and I'll show you that from the side. We're drawing that focus to being in the four corners of the feet. It's about working the balance so there's enough of it to come forwards. You're not collapsing into your seat. Relax the shoulders, release the head. So finding the place that works best for you for your Malasana, your yogi squat. And if this is too low, you know, if you don't want to be on your feet, you might want to be on your back. It's too low for the hips to be on your feet, you might put it on its back. And this would be what we would refer to as happy baby. So you might slowly start to take one foot from the ground and the other, and then bending the knees towards the shoulders, taking the soles of the feet flat to the rooftops. And you might put your hands to the back of the thighs. Remember, maybe back of the knees, the calves. Even if you're reaching for the feet or the toes, try not to reach so you're lifting the body off the ground. Try to keep the back body flat to the mat, a long tailbone. And settle in there. So that's an alternative. If being on the feet low to the ground doesn't work, you can flip it on its back. And another example would be, I'm just going to show you up against the wall, to take it with your feet against a wall, which is also quite nice. So you've got the wall there to press against. You can create a little bridge, if you like, for your hands on your thighs. You might put something soft there, a couple of pillows. Nod the chin to the chest, broaden through the collarbones. Start to draw the shoulder blades, scapula in towards one another and down to the tailbone. So you're still having an essence of space in the upper chest. Okay, so lots of variation there for you to have a play with. Do give it a go. It is a rather wonderful posture. You know, if you want to prepare to come into that posture, you might look at a little Baddha Konasana, a little butterfly if it was in yin, and I might talk about this next week. Or maybe draw the heels in and it would be very yang. So these would be preparations, maybe Upavista Konasana to prepare. And again, all of these postures will be coming on my One Posture Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining me. And if you ever have any feedback, questions, please do get in touch on my website. That's www.nutri5plus.co.uk. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Om Shanti. Namaste.